So today we are seeing, oddly, a slight threat up into the parts of the northeast, which has seen below average temperatures. But today they're going to get a push of some of that warmer air that is going to allow that cold front that's just behind it, that's moving through the Ohio Valley, to really allow for some storm convection out in front of it. So that's what we're going to see today. Temperature-wise, as I said, it is a cold front technically. It's not that cold, though. It's going to bring the temperature down 2 or 3 degrees over the next few days. It's not going to be like a whole big drop. It's going to be more of a 2 to 3. Maybe the high doesn't reach 80. Maybe the high is in the 70s. And then the lowest areas are going to be in the upper 60s, which is not bad at all. But we will see that push of hotter air today across parts of the northeast, and that's going to allow those storms to develop in the eastern Ohio area and then travel into parts of Pennsylvania and New York, where the center of that threat is at. And those threats are going to be for damaging winds, potential for hail, and there is a low tornado threat, but it's going to be more of a focus on the damaging winds. So in the morning hours, there is that tropical moisture in the south that we are seeing that is creating thunderstorms across Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and including parts of Florida. But you can really see that well-defined, straight, linear fashion of storms in that system that is just in front and behind of the cold front. So that's going to be developing and moving to the north or east-northeast most of the day, so we'll see that develop. So then in the afternoon hours, we will see this enter really that central Ohio area, and this is where it starts to build. Once we cross the middle of Ohio into the eastern portions of Ohio is where we're going to see that whole line start to strengthen. And we're going to see energy travel up the line, and that's whenever we start seeing these cells form and get pretty big in the parts of New York. And then we'll see that travel as we get into the overnight hours, and it's going to kind of break apart, and it's going to develop into individual cells. Some of those could be severe, but overall, we are expecting between 3 p.m. and dinner time to be the worst, basically, storm environment for this, because we're going to see damaging winds. We could see some hail. There is that low tornado threat, but all of these combined are going to mean that there are a few storms going to be popping off and be pretty severe. So make sure you're being weather ready in that area just in case something would happen. So definitely overall today, looking at it, it's that cold front that's aiding the environment, and then tomorrow we're going to see kind of a cool down in these areas, and then on Sunday we will see a cool down also in these areas, but then we are going to see that ridge start to build back in and allow for those warmer temperatures to come back into the region, and then we're going to stay that way through the middle of June. And that's basically as far out as the forecasts go, so it looks like we're going to stay in the upper 80s for highs, maybe even 90s, and lows in the 60s, 70s. So hopefully that's going to stay that way, but a lot of these areas are going to be cooler over the next 2 days. But you can check that out on our weekend forecast, which will be posted tomorrow, so we hope to see you there. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.